Hey, sixth grade, I hope all is well. Today for math, we're going to be talking about finding simple interest. This is covering page 287 and 288 in your book. So interest has this formula of I equals PRT, and you're multiplying that P times the R times the T. That's why they're all right next to each other like that. I stands for interest, which is the fee charged for the use of money. So if you borrow money from a bank or from the government or from just an individual person, they're going to charge you interest for letting you use that money. The principal is the money that you borrowed or that was loaned to you. So let's say you borrowed $5,000. That is the principal, $5,000. The rate of interest is the percent of the principal that is charged on a loan. So let's say they loaned you $5,000 at 20% interest. That would be your rate, 20%. And then T stands for time, which is the period of a loan in years. So let's say you've got a year to pay it back. That T would be 1 for 1 year. If you've got 5 years to pay it back, that T would be 5 for 5 years. If you've got half a year, 6 months, then it would be 1/2 or 0.5 for half a year. Okay, on the first one, it talks about Mr. Cox deposited $9,780.50. That is the principal. The bank pays its depositors 5 3/4% interest yearly. That is the interest. At the end of the year, he withdrew $978.50, the principal, plus $56.26, which is the amount of interest the bank paid. Okay, on 2, it wants us to solve these word problems. Mr. Weaver borrowed $5,000 from a loan company for 1 year at an 18% rate of interest. How much must he repay at the end of the year? Well, if we use our formula, I equals PRT, we're trying to solve for I. We know the principal, which is 5,000. So 5,000 times the rate of interest. So the rate is 18%. Do not just write 18. That is a percentage, so we have to make it a decimal. So times, let me just use that since we've got decimals, times 0.18. And it was for 1 year, so then we times that by 1. So I'm going to come over here to the side, I've got a little more room. 5,000 times 0.18. 8 times 0 is 0, 0, 0. 8 times 5 is 40, 0. 1 times 0 is 0, 0, 0. 1 times 5 is 5. 0, 0, 0, 0. 5 plus 4 is 9. 1, 2. 1, 2. $900 times the 1 for the year stays the same. So he will owe $900 in interest. So the amount total he will owe, you take the principal, which is $5,000, plus the interest. Because you still have to pay back the original amount you borrowed. This is just the interest. So we add that up. He would owe $5,000, $5,900, sorry. Okay. On B, Dr. Cunningham borrowed $25,000 from Dr. Grant for a half a year at a 5% rate of interest. How much will Dr. Cunningham have to repay? Well, the principal is $25,000, and the rate is 5%. So let's go ahead and multiply that first. So 25,000 times 5%. Remember, as a decimal, that is 0.05. 5 times 0 is 0, 0, 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. You don't have to really worry about that 0 because it's all going to be 0. We have 1, 2 decimal points, 1, 2. So we're at 1,250 right now, 1,250. Now I've got to multiply that by time. So 1,250 times half a year, which would, once again, be 0.5. So 1,250, sorry, this is 0.5, not 0.05. So times 0.5. 5 times 0, 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, 11, 12. 5 times 1 is 5. plus 1 is 6. Have your decimal 1, 1. So the amount of interest is $625. So then you add that to the principal, because that's the total amount he'll owe. So $25,000 plus $625 would be 52652. He will owe his Dr. Buddy $25,000. Well, a little more than that, $25,625, because you add the interest to the principal. You don't just have to pay the interest back, you have to pay the original amount plus the interest. Okay? On 3, they're not word problems, but they're being solved the same way. So $500 at 9% for 1 year. Well, when we have the 1 for our t, anything times 1, so t is up here, I equals PRT. If our year is 1, we don't really have to worry about that, because 1 times anything is that thing. So we just have to worry about $500 at 9%. So 500, 9% would be 0.09. 9 times 0 is 0. 0, 9 times 5 is 45. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Our interest, because that's what it's asking for, it's just the interest, not what he would owe total. Our interest equals $45. Now, if he borrowed $500, then he'd owe that $500 plus the $45, which would be $545. But it's just asking for the amount of interest. Okay, skip ahead to C, $250 at 10% interest for half of a year. So 250 times 0.1, 0.52. Move that over 1, move that over 1. So $25 times half a year. So 25 times 0.5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. 1, 1. The interest that they would owe, my I, would equal $12.50. Okay, D, $1,000 at 5.5% for 1 year. So if I remember, 5.5 is 5.5, then I have to move my decimal over 1, 2, so 0.055. So 1,000 times 0.055, 5 times 0, 0, 0, 0, 5 times 1 is 5, 0, and the same thing, 0, 0, 0, 5, and then we have 0, 0, 0, 5, 5. We have 1, 2, 3 decimal points. 1, 2, 3. So we're at 55. I equals $55. And then he would add that to the principal, which would be $1,055, but it just wants to know I. Okay, E, a larger sum this time, $7,500 at 12 3/4% for a half a year. Well, 12 3/4 would be 12.75. Move that decimal, so it'll be 0.1275. So times 0.1275. 5 times 0, 0, 0. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 7 is 35, 36, 37. 0. 7 times 0, 0, 0. 7 times 5 is 35. 7 times 7 is 49, 50, 51, 52. 0, 0. 2 times 0 is 0, 0. 2 times 5 is 10. 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. Okay, we're up to 3 zeros this time. And then 1 times 0, 0, 0, 5, 7. And that's a lot on this problem, but we can figure it out. 0, 0, 0, 5, 5 plus 7 would be 12. 3 plus 1 is 4, plus 2 is 6. 5, 10, 15. 7 plus 1 is 8, 9. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4 decimal points. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're at 956.25. And then we are going to multiply that by half of a year. So times, the sloppy x, times 0.5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 2 is 10, plus 2 is 12. Oh, I shouldn't put my decimal there, ignore that. 5 times 6 is 30, 31. There we go. 5 times 5 is 25, plus 3 is 28. 5 times 9 is 45, plus 2 is 47. So then we have 1, 2, 3 decimals, 1, 2, 3. So my I would equal $478, and this is 0.125. That's not how we would do money though, that would be too many digits. So since this is 5, we'd round that 2 up to a 3. 0.13, $478.13. Okay, now we have some problems like the ones from yesterday where it's simple banking. So for A, we start out with a balance of $753.10. We add those checks, we subtract those checks, and then we add that deposit. To make the subtracting quicker and easier, I'm going to add these checks all together and then subtract. So I'm going to come over here. I'm going to do 137.90, 60.39, 4.85. Add that all up. Okay, 9 and 5 is 14. 10, and then 18, 19, 20, 21. This is adding, so I can put my decimal down. 2 plus 7 is 9, plus 4 is 13. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 1 plus 1 is 2. So we're at 203.14 for our total checks. So then we subtract the amount of checks from the balance. So 753.10 minus 203.14. Make that a 0, make that a 10, 10 minus 4 is 6. Borrow again, make that a 2, make that a 10, 10 minus 1 is 9. Borrow again, make that a 4, make that a 12. 12 minus 3 is 9. 4 minus 0 is 4. 7 minus 2 is 5. Okay, then we add our deposit. So we add that $150. So plus $150. 6, 9, 9, 5 plus 4 is 9, 5 plus 1 is 6. So our total balance at the end of that month would be $699.96. All right, on B, we have some larger quantities we're working with, but we're going to do it the same way. We're going to add the checks up first and then subtract from the balance, and then we'll add the deposits. Okay, so I'm going to come over here. First is $853.95. Okay, and then $10.84. Okay, $97.55. And $106.80. Okay, 5 plus 5 is 10, plus 4 is 14. Sorry, that's a poor 4. 1 plus 9 is 10, plus 8 is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 31. Okay, 7 plus 3 is 10, 16, 19, 9 plus 1 is 10, 15, 16, 8 plus 1 is 9, plus 1 more is 10. So we're at $1,069.14. So we're going to subtract that from the balance. So my balance is 5150.76 minus 1069.14. Okay, 6 minus 4 is 2. 7 minus 1 is 6. Gotta borrow, make that a 4, make that a 10. 10 minus 9 is 1. Borrow again, 0, 14. 14 minus 6 is 8. 0 minus 0 is 0. 5 minus 1 is 4. Okay, so I'm going to bring my $4,081.62 over here. And then I'm going to add my deposits to it. So I can add all these up together because it's adding. So $987.10 and $62.41. So 2 plus 1 is 3, 6 plus 4 is 10, 11, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 8 and 8 is 16, 17, 23, 9 plus 2 is 11. So they're, sorry, I didn't see that 4 there. And then 4 plus 1 is 5. That's why it's important to pay attention and make sure your columns are all lined up. So their total at the end of the month will be $5,131.13. And then I believe we can do the rest on our own. It's simple multiplication and division. On the part that says to divide by casting out by nines, don't worry about that. But I hope the simple interest is making sense. You just got to plug in those numbers. Make sure you're paying attention to what it's asking. Sometimes it just wants to know what the interest would be. Like on number 3, it wants to know what the amount of interest would be. So like that interest was $45. If they want to know how much that person will owe, then you'd have to add the interest to the principal. So that'd be $545. If you have any questions, shoot me a message on Jupiter or on Zoom. Stay safe. See you soon.